crafty ways, and welcome back to Self-Care Sunday. So this week's episode is episode 2. If this is your first time joining us, make sure to check out our first video. If not, they're not really connected in any way, so you can watch in whatever order you want. But it does really explain the purpose of Self-Care Sunday and why I started it. So let's dive into this week's theme. So last week we talked about making time for yourself and building a relationship with yourself, and why it's so essential to carve out that time for yourself throughout the day and throughout the week. So you're supposed to commit to at least 5 to 15 minutes a day for yourself, and just really whatever you wanted to do then. So you could have done a face mask, you could have colored, whatever would have really been caring for yourself was the point of that. I hope you did that. I definitely want to hear how it goes next week. So it's only been a week that you've been doing it. Give it another week and see how you feel. Are you feeling different? Are you feeling rejuvenated? Things like that. So this week we are focusing on mantras, or just phrases to repeat for yourself. So you don't have to refer to it as a mantra. That's totally up to you. The phrase mantra is more of a spiritual saying, but pretty much what it is a repetitive phrase, or maybe even a word that you would say to yourself over and over, and you say it out loud, just as if you were talking to someone else out loud, right? You don't talk in your head to someone else. That would be kind of strange. You're gonna talk to yourself out loud. It helps if you do it in front of the mirror. If you don't have a mirror, no worries, just say it anyways. So what really inspired this week's episode was the new album of The Greatest Showman, Reimagine, came out. And if you haven't seen The Greatest Showman, I highly recommend it. This isn't sponsored by them or anything like that. But so I re-listened to all the songs, and one of them that really struck a chord for me was You Are Glorious. I would sing it for you, but you don't want that. So that song, I absolutely love it. Highly recommend it. If I can link it down below, I will. But pretty much it tells you that you are glorious. And I was like, that's such a wonderful mantra or phrase to repeat to yourself. I've been told you can repeat you are beautiful to yourself. But sure, you can be physically beautiful, but what about inside? Are you beautiful? I feel like glorious, like you are glorious, it's talking about who you are on the outside and who you are in the inside. And I think that's more important. Your inside is more important than your outside. So that's why I really liked the phrase, you are glorious. Other phrases that you could use are, you are enough. Or there's even like a 3. It's, I have enough, I do enough, I am enough. You can repeat that to yourself. But if you want to be more than enough, then you can change it to, I am more than enough. So it's really just depends on who you are and what helps you. So different phrases and different mantras can totally affect different people. Other one doesn't have to necessarily pertain to you. It could be about the situation. So all situations are temporary. So let's say you're going through a trial right now, and you have to remind yourself it's only temporary. All situations are temporary. Nothing is permanent except death, obviously. But situations that are happening in our life are all temporary. So if you're going through something again, just repeat that to yourself. All situations are temporary. Or find a different one that could fit you. So again, it just depends on the season of life you're in, who you are, what's gonna work for you. So finding that mantra or saying can be super beneficial. It's just a mental thing, really. So we are surrounded by so much negativity through social media. I'm part of such an uplifting community. I haven't really had any negativity happen to me, but I know what happens. Even if like you're younger in high school or whatever, there's so much negativity around you. Even as adults, wherever you're working, it doesn't have to be on social media. It could be negativity about your work situation, your family situation, or just you. You cannot be happy with how you look or who you are as a person. But again, it's all temporary, right? So, taking that negativity out of your life. Maybe you can't take it out of your life right now, but you can change your thought process about it. So changing your thought process doesn't change the situation you're in, it just changes how you approach that situation. And I think that's something that we need to learn how to do instead of just like taking all the negativity and just like pondering it. You know what I mean? Of course, we have our days where we vent and we just want to let it all out, and that's fine. But then in the end, you want to think about your actions. So how are you going to change your situation? How are you going to react to it? You can either react positively or negatively. So this is where you're going to change it. Start with like something small. Let's say, I don't know, the mail didn't come on time and you're expecting a package, right? Or your package was delayed a day. That sucks. Maybe you really needed that package that day. I'm sorry, but there's nothing you can do at this point, right? Situation is temporary, it's out of your control, so now you can change how you react to it. So you could just be like, no worries, it's gonna come tomorrow, it will come, it wasn't meant to be today. It's just changing your state of mind, how you react. That was a trivial situation that I just made up. Obviously, you would do maybe something that's actually helpful. I mean, maybe it's not trivial to you. Maybe the mail is very important to you. I do love my happy mail. But that's just going on another tangent. So, again, it's not just creating these phrases and just repeating them to yourself. Sure, if you say it enough, you'll believe it. But it's truly changing your state of mind. So it's more than just the mantras. It's more than just the sayings. It's switching that mindset. This isn't going to happen overnight. It's not going to happen in a week span. It takes practice, and it's a constant thing because we are constantly surrounded by negativity, and it's our automatic reaction to respond negatively. So it's going to take time to adjust your mindset, but it's possible as long as you are actively thinking about it and actively trying to change that mindset. So here's your project for the week. Changing your mindset pretty much. So find a mantra or saying that really fits you. Comment down below so that we can keep each other accountable. So my mantra that I absolutely love, that I'd mentioned before, that I just started saying, is I am glorious. I love it. Do I believe it yet? Not really. But if I keep saying it and saying it to myself, I'm going to start believing it. And you know what? I sing along with that song and I feel glorious. Anyways, so think of a mantra, comment down below, and then repeat it to yourself as often as you need to. If you need to say it 5 times a day, 10 times a day, then go ahead and do it. If you're only using it once a week, I don't think it's really going to work. You do at least have to say it once a day. And try to take those little moments in your life where you're finding yourself frustrated and take a step back and think about how you could react differently. How could you take the best out of that situation? So again, comment down below. I hope you're enjoying my self-care Sunday videos. I'm loving chatting about it, but comment please, or else I just feel like I'm talking to myself. So until next week, bye!